Shalom Akim. Welcome to GMS Gals on the Streets. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, whom I worship. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this word in sincerity and in truth. Salutations to all the Akim throughout the world that are preaching the word and the gospel in sincerity and truth all the way to the end, to the very end. All right. This is Elder Sakuran from the New York GMS New York camp. And this lesson is dealing with the flaming sword in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. What was that sword? You know, it said that the angel said that because Adam and Eve they partook of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the angel said that Adam would become like one of them, you know, knowing the good and knowing the evil, showing you that in the beginning they only knew good, you know, and the Lord caused this to happen to bring in a balance, you know, so that we can appreciate the good, you know. We had to learn the evil, and that's why all these things has happened unto us since the time of Adam went off till now. In the kingdom, all we're gonna know is good, righteousness, just like it was intended for Adam and Eve to be. All right, so that's what's gonna be like in the kingdom. So I have a few scriptures lined up dealing with this lesson. Well, let's read Genesis the whole 3rd chapter. All right, just to get the whole story. Okay. Now it reads, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made." That serpent was a man. It was not an actual serpent, an actual snake. Okay, an actual snake that talked. No, that was a man. All right, and it was created to be the wicked. All right, back there in the garden, eastward in Eden. That garden is talking about Israel, the land of Israel, Jerusalem, right? Or the land of Israel. The serpent, that's a characteristic of this man, serpentile, speaking, you know, evil, cunning, you know, always plotting to do evil. Who does that represent today? That represents the so-called white man and his whole entire race. Okay, and especially the so-called Jews, man. Especially them, beginning with them. All right, and that's their characteristic, serpentile, man, snakes. Okay, and it reads, "And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden." Notice he went to the woman, right? Showing you that it was the woman who went off first and caused man to go off, you know, Adam being weak to the woman. That's why we're not supposed to be weak to these women, man. They'll cause you to fall off, right? And these women are in league with Satan. That's why we in GMS, for brothers who have women, we call them our demons, all right? Because they are in league with Satan. King Solomon said, out of 1,000 women, he was looking to find that were righteous. He said he found none. And he said, amongst men, he found one. That's the ratio, man. So, in other words, King Solomon was saying, look, these women are not righteous, man, all right? They're all evil, they're all wicked. Now, in the kingdom, they're going to be okay. They're going to be righteous in their right, following the right program, doing the right thing. They're going to be righteous. All right, they're not going to be going off, not going to be hoes. All right, and the so-called white man ain't going to be whispering in their ear to go against their man. All right, to go against us. Esau is going to be in slavery, man. The serpent is going to be in slavery in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and after a period of 1,000 years, they'll be gathered together, and all those snakes will be gathered together and burned the hell up. All those slithering snakes. All right. Verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. That's talking about the actual trees. Back then, it didn't rain. The Lord caused a great mist to go over all the earth, all over the garden, all over the earth, to moisture the trees and plants and vegetation and the fruits and all that. All right, you didn't need man to go out there to do all that, to cultivate, because the Most High had a system, a mist to take care of all that. All man had to do was go out there and pluck what he needed to eat, all right, for food. And it was real fruit and vegetables, man. All right, it wasn't GMO. There was no need for that food to have chemicals in it in order for it to grow large. You know, back then it just happened naturally. Okay, organically, in the true sense of the word. All right. Verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Now that's not talking about the actual trees. That was talking about a philosophy. All right, it was talking about the philosophy of wickedness, and that man, the serpent, was out there teaching, lying to the people, man. Right? So you see, Esau back then, he was the serpent, and they were spreading their lies and their philosophy even back then during the time of the garden eastward in Eden. Okay. 5th verse. For the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. For the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. See? So the angels are complete. They are complete as far as the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai go. The word gods is translates to, you know, angels, messengers, judges. All right, and those are the angels of the Heavenly Father. They are 100% in line with the Most High. All right, and that's why we had to go through all this, you know, because you would ask yourself, well, he's the Most High. You know, if he wanted us to be fully righteous from the time of Adam till now, he could have did that, right? If you know, if he didn't want death and sin to come into the world, he could have stopped that, because he's the Most High. He's, you know, all powerful. But showing you that was all part of his plan. All right. Now, I got a precept real quick. This is Psalms 82:6, which Yahweh Shai quoted this to the wicked ass Pharisees, Sadducees, and scribes, right? It says, I have said ye are gods. You know what? Let's look up that word God, gods in the blue letter. So the word for God here is Alahayim, because it was the Hawashai and the angels that were creating and orchestrating everything. All right, it says, doth know Yadai, that in the day your womb ye eat thereof. Notice how in the English it takes so many words just to say one thing. In Hebrew, it's just straightforward. It don't take a whole bunch of adjectives and nouns and verbs to get the message, the point across. It's just straightforward. Ye eat thereof. Akal. Then your eyes, ayan, shall be opened. Pakwak. Pakwak. And ye shall be as gods. Alahayim. So the word there is Alahayim. They got Elohim. It's not Elohim. Okay? It's Alahayim. In the Hebrew, you only have two vowel sounds. That's A and I. Alright? So this is Alahayim. You shall be as gods. It says, knowing Yadai, good, Tawab, and evil. Rai. That's a Ra and the I together is Rai. They got Ra. It's Rai. Alright? So it's Alahayim there in Genesis 3 and 5, which is like you shall be like angels. Now let's look up in Psalms. Alright? A second. Go back. Okay, right. Okay, so Psalms 82 and 6, right? It says, I have said ye are gods, meaning Alahayim. The word there should be Alahayim. We're gonna read it soon. And all of you are the children of the Most High. That's not talking about everybody on the planet Earth, man. That's talking about the children of Israel. There are three classifications of men on the planet Earth from the beginning. It was the children of the Most High, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked, or the children of the wicked one. All right? The sons of the Most High, those were the Adamites. Then later on, their name became Yashar Allah, right? The princes of the power, or Israel. In the transliteration is Israel, which is us today. We are way different than these people, man. We are far more greater and superior. But we fell as a people because we violated the Most High. We went against the Most High. Came against his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, which I'm gonna get to that. That's a part of that flaming sword, man. That kept Israel from getting back to the Heavenly Father. All right. That flaming sword also deals with the spiritual powers and the knowledge, pretty much, of all things, man. Okay. So we're gonna read here. It says, I have said, this is Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, in the Hebrew is Amar. Ye are gods, Alahayim. See the same word in Genesis 3 verse 5. Alahayim, meaning angels, powers, judges. Okay? And all of you are children Bun, or bun, it should be bunyum, plural, children of the Most High. His name is Yahweh. But it says here, Allah, uh, Allah, Allah Yanawa, Allah Yanawa, meaning our power. Allah Yanawa means our power, but that's not his name. All right, his name is Yahweh. So let's go, and then you got 82 and 7. It says, "But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes." So yeah, we should die like men because we violated. We've been falling. Shit, we've been falling ever since Adam went off. Okay, and I have a couple of scriptures, to tie into that. And it says, "For the Most High doth know in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be," and it's not, it's like it's Alahayim, for the Alahayim doth know, is Yahweh Shai and the angels, that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Now, an apocrypha says that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Okay, that's not wisdom, man. Is wickedness. Wisdom is righteous. The word of the Heavenly Father. Now, that's wisdom. To do good. To be righteous, to be just, right? That's wisdom. So the serpent caused Eve to go off, right? She sold out first. The woman sold out first, and then she caused Adam to go off, and then he sold out second. And ever since then, man, we've been falling, man, or have fell as a people. And now is the time. That's why the Lord had to send Yahweh Shai to redeem and elect number from this chosen nation, the Israelites, man. So that we don't all be destroyed as a people. Okay. And the eyes of them were both open. Yeah, it was open to wickedness, and they knew that they were naked. Right? They knew they were naked. Now, naked represents what? It represents sin. All right. Give me a second. Right here, Revelation 16 and 15. It says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments." Meaning, blessed is he that keep your garments. You stay righteous and just, in the eyes of Yahweh B'Ashem, Yahweh Shai, right? Trying your best to do the right thing, right? "And keepeth his garments." The garments is talking about the word of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai and his righteousness, lest he walk naked, because if you leave this, then you're naked. You're open. You're wicked. You're wicked, man, and everyone will see your wickedness. All right. And they shall see his shame, and they will see your shame, man, because they knew you were once a part of the word of the Lord, and then you gave it up. All right, you gave it up, and you sold out. You sold out just like Eve did. You sold out like Adam did. Let's go back. Seventh verse, Genesis 3 and 7. "And the eyes of them were both opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons." That what they did was pretty much they it's not that they were actually naked, The laws of the Heavenly Father back then were verbal, were by word of mouth. So the laws were in place, and the part of the laws is that we're not supposed to be showing our nakedness. So they were naked in the true sense of the word. They were in sin. They had went off, man. They sold out and into the philosophies of the serpent, of the devil, okay, which today they're known as the so-called white man, right? Esau. And they sold fig leaves. Those fig leaves was they put on, and they made themselves aprons. They put on those other philosophies, and they took off the label of them being the children of the Most High, and they tried to make themselves unto like the children of men, and the children of the wicked one. All right. And they heard the voice of the Lord power walking in the garden in the cool of the day. Where was the garden? The garden is in Israel. Okay. Eden is earth. When you look up the word Idan, that's where the word Eden. That's how you say the word Eden in Hebrew. Idan means paradise. Okay. So all the earth was a paradise, man, at one point. You know, this is before. This is what they call, the scientists call Pangea, meaning one earth, before the great flood. Okay. And all the earth was just one, and it was just a beautiful paradise, you know. And the garden was right smack dab in the middle, which is what is known as Israel, right? And then you got Jerusalem, the Most High's chosen city within Israel. So it says, and they heard the voice of the Lord of the Alahayim, the angels of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh, pretty much, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord power amongst the trees of the garden. Yeah, it's talking about the voice. Right, so it says, and they heard the voice of the Most High walking in the garden in the cool of the day. Now, the garden is what you would call today the land of Israel. The cool of the day is when everything was nice and all right, and no destruction, no major destruction came upon man as of yet. Okay. Right now we're in the cool of the day. The heat of the day is about to come. Right. The nuclear fire, the destruction. Back then, this was before the flood. All right. So what they call, they have a term, they call it antediluvian, meaning before the flood. The people who lived before the flood were antediluvian. You can look that up. All right. And the voice represents the prophets. They were prophets back then as well. All right. There had to have been, because the Lord said the thing that was is that which shall be, and there is no new thing under the sun. So the Lord always had prophets walking around speaking His word, administering His law, because it was by way of word of mouth back then. All right. The sons of men and the sons of wicked, they were doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. But the children of the Most High, the Adamites, they were following a holy law that was administered by men of the Lord, all right, prophets, teaching the people, okay? And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord. Yeah, what did they do? They went amongst the children of men and the children of the wicked, and hanging out with them and doing what they do. You know, they went into the world. They went into the world. Well, not back into the world. They went into the world and started parlaying with, you know, the sons of men and the children of the wicked, man. All right, that's what they did. Amongst the trees of the garden, yeah, those trees was talking about all the other people that were living there back then. All right, the children, like I said, the children of men and the children of the wicked one, right? The children of the serpent. Ninth verse. And the Lord and the Alahayim, which is Yahushua and the angels, called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? So what that represents is like the prophets out there. And the Alahayim, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua wa Alahayim called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. All right. So that's kind of like metaphorical for, you know, they were out there amongst these wicked ass people. Okay. And knowing, and they knew of the word of the Lord. They knew about righteousness, but they weren't doing it. All right, they were following the philosophies of the other nations, of the other wicked ass men that was around there at that time. Okay. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Right? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I command? More than likely, this was a prophet that the Most High set up, speaking the Most High speaking through his prophet to Adam, right? Who told thee that you was naked, right? Meaning, who told you that you were in sin, more, you know. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. And the Most High said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Right? Who told you that you were able to see? That you went off, right? Who told you of this philosophy, this wickedness, right? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the Lord was like, look, did you follow those philosophies that the children of men and the children of the wicked were teaching out there, and you started following them and you started going off? And the man said, the woman, so he started passing the buck, right? Because he's the man. You should have been the man. Right? He should have put his foot down, right? The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. So the Eve went off, following the, and that shows to this day. The black woman, Latino woman, the women of our people, they're quick to follow Esau, man. All right, and kiss Esau's ass and do everything that Esau does. Sometimes they even try to act like them, talk like them. I said, man, get the hell out of here, you know, bitch, please. Bitch, please, you work for UPS. Nah, man, she went off, then Adam went off, Adam trying to pass the buck. The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Right? Beware of that woman, brothers. She'll make you go off, man. She'll make you follow different gods, and that was the sin of Solomon, right? It wasn't that he had a whole bunch of women. It was that he started worshiping and building temples to the gods that these women were worshiping. That was where he went off. All right. And who was Solomon? Who was King Solomon? Yahweh Shai. All right. And the Alahayim, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, wa Alahayim said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Alahayim said unto the serpent, which was a wicked man, and back then that was the white man back then, the so-called white man. Back then he had color. He was an actual man. All right. His characteristic was that of a serpent, and he was a black man. Okay, he had color back then. Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle. So the Lord stayed cursing this damn devil, man. He cursed them above pretty much all peoples on earth back then. All right, that's what this is saying. And above every beast of the field, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Meaning that he was going to be an utter low, very low, compared to the other men and other people. He was going to be at the bottom, and the dust represents confusion, in a confused state. That's what the so-called white man was when they were up there in the Caucasus Mountains, man, in a confused state. All right, and this is what that's talking about as well. This is the Lord was going to put them in a beastly state, man, and that's why the Lord threw his ass up to the mountains, man. All right, eating out of their grandpappy and grandmammy skulls, all right, and eating the lice off their from their hair. All right, even their pubic hairs. All right, they're nasty people. And I will put enmity between thee, meaning the serpent, the wicked, right? The Lord was going to put enmity, meaning going to make enemies between Esau back then, when he was known as the serpent, and the woman, and the woman represents Israel. All right, there's plenty of scriptures to prove that. So it was a constant battle. That's why when the Lord brought them back, as Jacob and Esau, and they had that enmity in the womb, right? In the womb of Rebecca. Okay. And between thy seed, that show you that was a man. You know, the serpent doesn't have seeds. You know what I'm saying? That was talking about an actual man, right? And between thy seed, right? Meaning the so-called white man. We're just gonna put a label on him. The so-called white man, all right? Esau, the Edomites, their seed and her seed, meaning Israel, right? Meaning that these two nations were gonna fight. All right, they were gonna fight and hate each other and be enemies towards each other. All right, and that began back then, and the Lord brought it back as Jacob and Esau. And it shall bruise thy head, and it shall bruise thy head, right? And thou shalt bruise his heel, meaning that we were gonna bruise. Excuse me. They were gonna harm us, right? And take us down, and then that we were, and it says, and thou shalt bruise his heel, meaning we were going to, at the end, bruise them and hurt them and take them down, right? Because the heel is, like the end of a man, your feet, right? Your head is the beginning, and your feet are the end.